Hey pal, how you doing?
Hello.
I'm back with you. I got Donna on the phone as well. She's the other cooperating agent, broker, and
Hello.
we're trying to find a solution for this property located at 1901 North Dixie Highway. It was previously a mechanic shop. It's been a mechanic shop for the last 40 years, and it's zoned for B3. Can you maybe help us out, navigate some ways that we could get the deal done where the new owners can potentially sublease the space out to tenants? If they transfer the corporation, then they don't have to go through the variance and all the other stuff. Is that correct?
You had to talk with business tax about that. They handle that.
Okay, so what were you telling me about the variance and the type of business that's there right now?
Yeah, if they wanted to move into that building there with their business there, they get a special exception.
Mm-hmm. Now, the special exception, you said it takes 5 out of 6 board members in order to make the special exception accepted.
Yeah, they would have to pass it.
But if they transfer the corporation, then they could just buy the corporation.
Yeah, I mean, if it's the exact same business and their business tax license hasn't lapsed,
No, it's
they could just take over the current one.
got it. Okay, so that might be the move, Donna. Maybe they could buy the LLC with the corporation with everything to keep all the same licensing in place. That'll save the buyers some money on the licensing side, and at the same time, then they don't have to go through that special variance and or anything like that, as long as the tax license stays in effect and as long as it remains the same exact business.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are kind of cutting the legs off of what I understand. You guys want to expand Dixie Highway and you guys want to buy up these properties from the people. I'm sure that's the case, but it's kind of cutting the legs off the owners, because that property is valued much higher as a mechanic shop than it would as, say, a B3 or as a non-mechanic shop or a restaurant or something else. You know, it's been a mechanic shop for the last 35 years.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it was grandfathered in because it's that old.
Yeah, so it should still be grandfathered in moving forward, no matter who the person is that buys it, because it's always been the same exact thing. When is the next meeting?
Yeah, I mean,
when is the next
that's
meeting you guys have in Pompano? I'm gonna come up and bring this issue up, because too many people don't speak up. That's a problem. And
A meeting for what?
a meeting for these different, changes, zoning changes, etc., and just a public meeting for redevelopment, etc. When are you guys having the next meeting where the public can speak up?
Each board meeting addresses like specific issues that are listed on the agenda.
Got it. Let me pull up the agenda. Pompano Beach agenda. Add it to the to-do list. So that's the only way that we could get around it. Donna, see what we could make happen with the buyers. Let them know the situation. Maybe we're able just to transfer over licensing and everything else, and then just do a sublease. That might be the way to handle it. And that way all the licensing is already in place.
Well, I think that the seller said already that they didn't want to give that lane up because they're using it.
Yeah, but if that's what they gotta do, they have another license already at VJ's Auto, that or VNS Body Shop, that they could utilize that license now. When you have a body shop license, you could do mechanic work. It's all in the same category, yeah, because you have to fix these. Whenever these cars are crashed, you have to replace parts on them, you have to replace radiators, you have to replace a lot of different things on them. Depends on what the crash is. So if that's the move that we have to take, then I could speak to them and let them know that that's the only way that they're gonna get what they're looking to get for it. Otherwise, they're gonna have to take a price cut and sell it as a B3 zone property that is not a running mechanic shop. You know, it's sometimes it's just black and white.
Okay.
But propose this to them. Let them know that they can possibly purchase the business. If I'll talk them into it, because that's the only move, and that's the only way they're gonna get their price, along with the equipment, and to keep it as an operating mechanic shop, so that the new owners will save some money on licensing, etc. So it's a up and up for the buyers, and then at the same time, keep them grandfathered into the same auto repair category, since it's been there for so long. And now you have to let them know, look how much more appealing this building is, because they don't even want you to have this type of business there. The competition is slowly going to dry up, making the rents crazy over there. So I want you to pitch it to them in a positive way, because it really is a positive way. This building happens to be grandfathered in. It's going to be worth a lot more than the building that's not grandfathered in. And later, moving forward, if they wanted to sell the property, they could sell the corporation the same exact way. And therefore, they'll save money even on the property taxes.
Jason, I can see a few problems in what you're saying, that you're not thinking about, if you buy someone's corporation, you also buy you're buying whatever their assets are, but you're also buying their liability. And the investors would have no way of knowing what their liabilities are.
No, but the way that we could handle that part of the liability is we could go ahead and leave a little bit of money in escrow for 6 months, or whatever the case is, maybe about 100,000 in escrow, maybe 150,000 escrow for any liabilities that might come up. And these people, these are clean people. They really don't have any liabilities. They're working family people. I know for a very long time. They fixed cars for me in the past. I think we can make it. I think if you pitch it the right way, Donna.
I understand it, in other words, it's a good brainstorming idea, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to accept that. That's not something that they would think would be a good idea.
It just depends on how you pitch it. If I could get on the phone with the investors and maybe I could help you pitch it, I'd be glad to, and just show them the positives instead of the negatives, because the positives here is basically you've got something that nobody else can replicate now.
I understand that, but even if, theoretically, even if they thought that was an idea, they then have the burden of, if they want to sell it, then the other people would want to take it. And
anybody that comes into these mechanic shops, they make 30,000, 40,000 a month. A proper running mechanic shop can make 2 to 2,500 per day net. I'm telling you from experience. I used to be in the mechanic industry, and they could make crazy money there. So anybody that's coming into this industry, you've got no choices but to buy the corporation. That's how the cities are making. It's not like it's up to the people that are coming in or going out. It's just the only way that these transactions can be done, because the property is grandfathered in for that particular zoning. And they don't want that particular zoning anymore. They're trying to make the city pretty. I don't understand it, because that whole area is industrial. I know you guys want to buy up those people's businesses to make Dixie Highway bigger. But it's just unfair for the property owners. And people really need to speak up about this. I don't understand how come people don't speak up these days. You know, back in the day, if you try to take people's property rights away when it came to that, you would have a whole bunch of people at the Pompano Beach building department knocking on the door, telling them, hey man, I paid for this property to run it as a mechanic shop. You can't take that from me. It's not fair. So I think you should pitch it that way, Donna, and see what we could make happen. The corporation, they'll be getting still all the same assets. They'll get the corporation. They'll save money on the licensing and costs. It's up to date, and we could leave money in escrow to cover any liabilities that might come up. And that's pretty much.
I'm happy to pitch it. I just don't want you to be optimistic about it.
Hey, listen, I want you to be optimistic about it. That's the most important part.
Okay.
It's all about you. I'm here to make the deal happen. And you know, if I gotta give you another 0.5% for making the deal fly, so be it. I'm happy to share with you. And
Okay.
I think that's all. You have to present it in a way that you're getting something nobody else can get, because they don't want it there. So that's gonna make, like right now I'm trying to get you $59.50 for that 2,000 square foot space. I'm getting a lot of action on it, and that's why I was calling you. I was calling you to see if the tire balancing and the tire mounting machine could be put into the other building, and that we could lease it as already a fully ready to operate mechanic shop for the one on the left side. And I want to work with you on that. If I get a lease on it, I'll also break you off from that commission as well. You know, it's a win-win for you. It's a win-win for them. They can't lose with this property. Just to replicate this property and buy the land, it'll cost them $1.5 million. The other one that sold for that price, you know, it might have been a really sweet deal. It wasn't an operating mechanic shop. This is an operating mechanic shop, and they're also buying the corporation, also getting the customers, they're getting everything. People are going to keep going there. Very busy location. You saw it with your own eyes.
Okay.
Hey, so what are the allowable uses there for the B3, pal? While I got you on the phone. And I'm sorry to be talking your ear off.
There's a whole table of them that you need to be a little more specific.
Okay, are you able to email me the whole table for the B3 zoning for that particular parcel?
Yeah, the table I had sent you before that, it shows everything that's allowable.
Hold on one second. Let me just look it up. I have it here somewhere. It came from. Who did it come from, pal? Just so I could search. I get a lot of emails every day.
Frank dot M-A-N.
Frank dot M-A-N B3. Okay, I see it here. And I thought automotive was on there. Automotive was on there for sure. Automotive parts sales.
Without installation.
Yeah. Upload this to the 1901 parcel as part of the pamphlet, allowable uses. And also, did you want me to email this graph over to you, Donna? Forward this one to you?
Sure.
Okay, you got it. Forward this to Donna right here as well. Frank, I'm sorry I took up so much of your time, pal, and I'm sorry that I'm complaining about the city. I know you just work there. It's kind of frustrating because it makes my job harder.
I understand.
You know, but if we could get the corporation switched over, they buy the corporation, then they don't have to go through that variance and all the other stuff because it's already grandfathered in.
Yeah.
So that's what you gotta tell them, Don.
Okay,
All right, see what you could do.
okay.
All right, ciao.
Thanks, Jason.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks, Frank. Take care,
No
pal.
problem. Come on.
Ciao.